to be standing before such an esteemed audience, accepting this most prestigious induction into City and Town Officials Hall of Fame. It's an honor to join Midwest City's only other Hall of Fame member, Tommy Melton. For those that remember Tommy, he was our city clerk and finance director, so that's certainly an honor to join him. The only one that's more surprised about this nomination is, other than me, is the audience, who are like, who? Why Tim Lyon? Because anyway, yeah. So thank you to all those who participated in my nomination and did all the work and submitted the application materials. Thank you to, I know some of my good friends from OMAC, our dear friends who helped as well. In 1986, seems to be a theme tonight. I guess we're all kind of about the same age up here, but in 1986, which was a very difficult time in the state of Oklahoma, I graduated from Oklahoma State University with a master's degree in political science and with an emphasis in public administration. And while I was studying at Oklahoma State, I earned a internship at Yale. That would be Yale, Oklahoma. At which point, I went over and did some work and got on their computer, and somehow I formatted over their entire billing system for the city. So after they got all the programs back, they were backed up, all put back, into place, they forgave me after a few months. So I'm thankful for that. It's an experience that the city clerk there never forgot for the rest of my career. The economy, as I said, in the state of Oklahoma was a bust at the time, and I was fortunate enough to be hired at the city of Edmond as a 23-year-old administrative assistant. Moved my family to Edmond, and our sole intent was to learn about human resource management and city management. And boy, what a lesson I learned. They fired the city manager. Jim Couch was the assistant. He went to the city of Oklahoma City, and I was left there by myself. So as a Christian, I believe that God, through his son, creates pathways. If we follow his promptings, we can receive divine help and power from the Lord for battles that we face in life. So I was blessed to go to work for a gentleman by the name of Dr. Jim Shamlin at the Industrial Engineering Department at Oklahoma State University. It was called the Center for Local Government, and I think I needed some finishing, and so the industrial engineers kind of finished me on the math side, whether I wanted to or not. But it was a great experience. It was, he retired, and it became evident that I really needed to go back and do what I was trained to do. So, Y2K, another special time. I seemed to hit the special times of my career. In the year 2000, I re-entered municipal government as HR director for the city of Midwest City, hired by Charles Johnson, who was one of the longest standing city managers in the history of the state of Oklahoma. Charles was an old HR director. That was his pathway. So I was able to follow his path and start as the HR director, and then an assistant city manager, and then eventually the city manager. It was an arduous journey to get here, but I truly believe that it was God's plan for me and our community. I'm blessed to work in such a wonderful community, outstanding mayor, vice mayor, and city staff. I'd be remiss by not pointing out that I have my vice mayor here tonight, and he is such a great strategist. Without him, I'm not sure I'd want to be city manager. We used to have a great relationship, and as our staff out there knows, that Pat Byrne is very special to us. Some of our major accomplishments, as I became city manager, I got to deal with COVID right off the bat. And trending here all of a sudden. It seems like all these things follow me, but we managed our way through COVID, and we were fine. I think we did a good job handling COVID. During that time period, the company that administered our hospital decided that they would return the keys to us well early, like 20 years early in their lease, and I had to find a new company to manage our hospital. And 18 months later, during COVID. I never ever met these people until we blessed the hospital. One of those pictures that have COVID pictures where everyone's wearing masks. But St. Anthony's, Sisters of St. Mary at St. Anthony's Hospital is who I negotiated with, and we now have one of the most excellent hospital facilities in the state of Oklahoma and a great ambulance system in eastern Oklahoma County. So very fortunate. We successfully faced some financial issues. We successfully passed a 0.75 cent sales tax to support police, fire, and general government. We approved a $54 million general obligation bond, moving Midwest City forward, adding parks, animal shelters, beautiful multi-purpose athletic facility, and most fun of all for me, we redid all the greens at John Conrad Golf Course. And if you haven't played there, come play that golf course. You will be amazed at the triple breaks that are in every one of those greens. We also added 2 large industrial projects, and this is all in the last 6 years, by the way. But we added 2 large industrial projects on the north side of our city, adding 165 new jobs, 80 million in private investment. I'm not going to tell you who did that, but my economic development director is really good. Just leave him alone. Successfully approved then a 0.4015 sales tax extension for capital improvements. We had very little capital improvement money, so now we're set for the future for whoever replaces me someday that we have the capital infrastructure money to take care of our city and our parks. Most importantly, though, over the 25 years that I've been in Midwest City, I was able to really have a great deal of influence on building a staff, a senior administrative staff. 11 of the 16 members that work for me have master's degrees at a minimum. That's pretty amazing, and they're an awesome group of people sitting right back there. So one of the points I wanted to make tonight is continuity. I think by having the 25 years in Midwest City being a senior leadership position, you're able to build continuity. And that's the successful cities. When you look around the state, you look around the country, it is about continuity of leadership. And it's about great councils too, but it's about continuity of leadership because we know the department heads are the one that really get things done in our cities. So just something to think about as we see so much turnover sometimes in city managers' positions. I started the evening with Summum Bonum. You were like, what is Summum Bonum? Well, Summum Bonum is a Latin expression. It's the highest or ultimate good. There are many analogies if you Google the definition, they're religious in nature and also fundamental principles of management. I have used these principles on a religious and management level during my entire career. As a leader, I've used this theory applied as a continuous improvement strategy to constantly examine my processes to adjust and improve them. The core principles are based on interactive processes of acting, planning, checking, and doing, but there's 4 core principles. 1 is stop fixing and start improving. 2 is the best practices are the ones you already have. 3 is changing behavior is more important than changing processes. And finally, if you're not failing, you're not trying. So there's a little bit more to it to that from the industrial engineering side, the math side of things. We don't have time for that tonight, but I truly believe this management style in my personal life and my professional life has made me successful, has made our city successful as we have gone through this process in our office. In closing, my heart's full of gratitude to the 14 staff members in the audience tonight. My assistant city manager, Vaughn Sullivan, director of operations, Ryan Sullivan, my executive assistant, Donna Ebersol, our vice mayor, as I pointed out, Pat Byrne, and family members and friends here to honor my induction. Without each one of them, none of these accomplishments would have ever occurred. In addition, without the support of my family, my wife, Rhonda, 2 children, Sean and Zach, there would be no reason to have endured the rigors of this job. I would have just been a firefighter. That's what all the city managers say. Man, I should have been a firefighter. Dang it. What was I thinking? I'm grateful for all those who have provided mentorship and support and guidance. And with that, I say good night and Godspeed. Thank you.